Leah, our character, in her new work now that she's a comedian, she's trying to do a crowdfunding to buy a little camera that is going to help her because she's losing she could see and now she cannot see anymore almost. So in order to be capable of reading her text and play in theater, she's trying to do this crowdfunding for this camera. It's
just a camera.
It exists
with a
sound in your ear, and it reads the text for you, and it recognizes the faces, and it tells you who is coming, so she can play in like a theater play, because she knows whose character is where, and the little voice tells her that. And the camera is called My Eye. So I don't know. I'm just talking about it all the time. So at the beginning, I was there with my duo. I have a musical duo that is called Duo Corps, with a K, and it's body percussion, but classical body percussion. It's a little kind of a joke. It's more like stupid stuff, but very, very, very serious. So I was there as an artist residency, and we stayed 1 week. And at the end of this week, I met, by chance, the kids that are now in the film, because they were doing some kind of music atelier. So we arrived there, and there was this music atelier, and instead of a normal music atelier in school, I met kids that were really, really great with music, like very super good musicians. So we started jamming with them for like maybe 2 hours. It was the best jam I've ever did. And after that jam, I called Caroline and I said, I think there is something to do here, because we were looking for a film to do together for a moment. We did many things before, but like short films, documentary and stuff. And we were looking for something where we could stay, a place where we could stay and develop maybe a project. So she came. And at the beginning, we didn't think we would do a film, because the kids were all blind or almost like visual deficient. I don't know if you say that. So we thought maybe they won't want to be part of a film. If they cannot see it, what's the point for them? It was a little bit weird to be there, like filming people that cannot see you. So we didn't think about making a film. And the more we stayed, the more we connected with them, and we were invited to their rooms, and we started to be friends. And at some point, one of them came to us and said, like, you come from Paris, you have a camera, you look like you're professionals. I think we should do a film together. And she told us that she was a director, and she had wrote a scenario. She gave us her scenario, and we tried to put it in image. And that was the first step. And after that, they all the ones that wanted to maybe do something with us, they came with ideas. And so we started to like film the ideas, try them all. And if Caroline or I had an idea, we also would do the same, like write it down and try it, like an artist residency. You just try stuff, even if it looks like a bad idea at the beginning.
That's great.
You just do it, and that's how we began. But it didn't begin like a documentary, and at the beginning it was more like fiction stuff about teenagehood. And the more it goes, the more it became documentary, because it was almost more important to talk about their real lives. And even if their humor is so interesting, they're really, really funny. So it had to be a comedy at some point, We thought, okay, musical comedy, teen movie.
Tu peux dire aussi qu'eux, ils n'avaient pas envie de faire un petit reportage, un documentaire, mais ils avaient vraiment envie d'un film de cinéma, quoi.
Yeah, they didn't want to make like a TV documentary, like this little small stuff that are really formatted. No, like they look all the same, this TV documentary.
Educational.
Yeah, more like this TV report.
Yeah, ou didactique.
Yeah, didactic TV report. They didn't want that. They wanted to do a cinema film. So that's how it became to like, and we were also choosing nice frames all the time, because we also loved the landscape and the buildings and stuff. For us, it was everything was cinematographic in this place, and they were really good characters. So we talked about the characters and.
Were there any difficult moments to film?
Can you say it? the most.
Je me soufflais.
Tu peux me dire ce que je veux dire?
Les plus difficiles, les moments les plus difficiles.
Ouais.
Tout ce qui est autour de la crise, quoi. Parce qu'on a commencé par la musique, et après on a eu envie de filmer que ça soit aussi un portrait des jeunes.
So at the beginning we were only filming music. That's all that we were filming, and the more and more we went into teen problematics, and then there was also a lot of crisis in this center, and it's super complicated to film that because you don't want to see these kids suffering. You know, it's really hard. You're not used to that when you come from this world where you're not mixed with people that have that have disabilities. You know, so they were suffering sometimes, and it was complicated for us to film that. But then we realized that it was not that much suffering. It was more like crisis that sometimes comes out. It's just that in our society, you don't let it come out. This like anger, maybe sometimes you can have, but there you can. That's how it works, you know. You can let it free, and after that it's just better. So.
Comme la crise de Gaël, oui.
Ouais, so like Gaël's crisis, it's a kid that have autism troubles, and he cannot speak, so we have lots of frustrations and stuff that he wants to express and he cannot, so he does it by his body. So when he dances, he have this like really strange dance, like very very energetic dance, and when he has a frustration, he does the same, but more like stuntman. You know, he just jumps on trees and jumps on the floor and just like do all these moves, acrobatic stuff. And he never hurts himself, but it has to come out. It has to come out, or else it's gonna it cannot stay inside anyway. So we started, and also the educators, the people like grown-ups that work there to help the young people, they also were telling us to go film the crisis because it was something of the center, and if we were making a real film documentary there, it has to be part of it because no one is ashamed of that. It's just like part of it. So they would push us to go there, and they all laugh about everything. You know, the kids, the grown-ups, they have humor about everything. Even the crisis, they talk about it after, and then it's not a big, huge thing.
They live with that, or they're not ashamed by it, right?
Yeah, just part of life there, and so at some point it became something that needed to be part of the film also, because it's also who they are. You know, you cannot just film people on the best side. You know, no one has only best sides. It doesn't exist. So it wouldn't be fair to film only like Ophélie is our main character. She's like kind of a goddess in music. She have like absolute ear. How do you say that?
Yeah, I understand.
And but also she had a lot of problems in real life, like just closing her zipper and many stuff. So if you want to be fair with the character, you have to show all the different sides of them.
And do you think that your film has a role in changing prejudice about this kind of people or children?
Est-ce que ça change quoi?
Est-ce que ça va, c'est le genre de film, on espère que ce film va avoir un rôle dans l'idée de changer les idées les préjudices sur le handicap ou quoi?
Ben, c'est pas un truc qu'on avait imaginé au départ, mais c'est ce qu'on sent en le montrant avant peut-être.
It's not something we imagined at the beginning because we didn't want to make a film about. I think maybe it's not a good idea to go there and do something very political and about handicap, because then you're going to film the handicap. And we came there without this idea, so we just wanted to film what was touching us about their lives and who they were and the personality. But then for them it also became this tribune to talk to, because they know they are not locked, you know, it's not a prison, but they know they are aside from normal society. They know it, and they are really really connected with smartphones and stuff, and they know they won't be integrated, because when you are in this path of handicap, you stay there. You know, you're in this school for disabled kids, then you go to a work center for disabled people, and you stay always with disabled people. So for them it was a way to talk about them without being without this wall of handicap that separate them from the rest of the world. And
I'm sure in Romania I'm sure that in France also exists. I've seen people with disabilities working at supermarkets, for example. In France?
Yeah, in France also, but still that's not gonna make you be part of the normal society. You're just working there, but you're not linked, you know. And then you go back home alone or in a center where there's people taking care of you, and they're all like everyone. They have dreams and they don't want to be stuck in this stupid center where your work you're gonna do is gonna be shit. You know, so that's also what they wanted to say. Like, hey, we also want to be like singers and artists and.
But we have discovered this part of during the
Shooting?
It's not the subject we have before.
Yeah, we didn't. When we met them, we realized that they didn't want to do that work center stuff, and that for them, I mean, it's like the same terror they have of if you had handicaps, you wouldn't do that either. I would be horrified to just work all my life in a center place that the work you do is not the thing you want to do. I don't know, maybe j'ai pas réussi à m'exprimer, mais it's just
I understand that.
yeah, the work center doesn't have that much possibilities, you know, you don't have the choice.
It's a limited space. Limited.
And they have, as she says in the film, they have abilities. The society is not made in. It tries to, but not yet. It's not yet made to to help them use their abilities.
C'est en train de changer.
Yeah, it's like it's changing, but it's really slow. So maybe the film is helping, and it is helping because Léa now she managed to come out from this path of stupid work. Now she managed to get hired in ESAT, this work center, but it is almost one of the only one in France where it is a national scene for theater, and they're all professional comedians. So now she's hired there, so she's a professional comedian.
Living her dream.
Yeah, living her dream, and she's gonna work with the best metteur en scène, French director, stage manager of French, for as long as she wants.
That's great. How about reactions of the viewers, of your audience? Did someone from the audience come and tell you, wow, that really impressed me, that really touched me, it changed my perspective?
C'est vraiment une découverte pour les gens à chaque fois, justement, parce qu'ils ne connaissent pas ce genre de centre. Ils sont surpris de...
For almost all the people that come to us to talk after the film, it's a real discovery because we met them, and it happens to be here in the film, this meeting encounter with us and them, and it works also on the audience because they were surprised by the fact that je sais pas, j'arrive pas à m'exprimer là. Tu veux dire quoi?
Qu'ils découvrent un monde en fait, que justement parce que ce genre de centre est fermé et qu'on ne connaît pas le handicap, c'est quelque chose qui t'effraie, et en fait ça fait un peu tomber une barrière de les voir comme ça, ils sont moins effrayés, ils ont envie de les rencontrer comme nous on a eu envie de les rencontrer.
Yeah, because it can be frightening, the disability of people when you're not used to that. So I think the film, what they say is that this wall that can be frightening, it just falls with the film.
That's great. I mean, it's a real progress into mentalities.
It opens on this world that maybe you just see from the outside, maybe. And there is also this lot of report TV stuff about disability, and that it doesn't show. You don't see the people, you just see these disabilities, and it can be really scary.
That's true. Good observation.
C'est un peu le même chemin. Quand on a essayé de faire vivre aux spectateurs le même chemin que nous on a eu dans le centre, quoi. C'est-à-dire la même découverte.
Like the film is made as it looks like our path through when we arrived, we didn't understand anything in this center because it's really well organized, but kind of absurd if you're not used to it. And then you meet these people, these kids, and the educators. And at the beginning, handicap can jump on your face because you just see that, you only see that, and suddenly it disappears. It just disappears, and you don't see it anymore. It just totally disappears. So the film is following the same path as us, like this absurd world, strange, and this young people that takes you by the hand and make you discover their inside life there, and you don't see the handicap anymore as. At the beginning, you can maybe see it a little bit. It's just crazy because they didn't think they would be seen also in Romania, for example. You know? They are just there for their whole life. Up until 20 years old, and now they are almost in Romania in a way because they talk to Romanian people also. For us, yeah, but just for us is that's why it's important.